Good morning, afternoon, evening, and night, my friends. My name is Lucky Basil, also known as Tyler, coach of the Cloud9. And of course, we're back with another Draft League video. This time, we are facing against Amin and his team, consisting of Galarian Slowking, Tornadus Therian, Blacephalon, Keldeo, Rhyperior, Klefki, Zarude, Arctovish, and Alolan Vulpix. It's kind of a Pokemon. I technically have to include it. But yes. This team is decently scary. The Gert is very, very spooky. That being the Arctovish. Give you some lore. We've got to deal with a little Regenerator Core. Blacephalon and Keldeo are very strong on the special side. We have Rhyperior, who can just tank hits all day. Klefki can set up screens and spikes and T-waves, and it's very annoying. I got Zarude, who can also just be out a little bit of a wild card, can kind of do a lot of different things. And then that Arctovish is definitely coming, because that's kind of like his mascot, and it's really one of the few mons that are doing the most work in his team. So he's definitely gonna bring it for sure. Okay, that being said, I'm noticing a couple things. I'm noticing a decent electric weakness, decent fighting weakness, decent ground weakness, decent ghost weakness as well. His ghost resist is also, what is that? It's also weak to fire, which Ceruledge could do pretty decent here. Yeah, and the only dragon immunity is Klefki, which is weak to ground. So I'm looking like Jolteon and Flygon looks pretty good here. I'm noticing. The speed stat. Jolteon is also gonna do pretty good here. I'm gonna put down Jolteon off the bat, and I'm thinking I run Flame Orb, Quick Feet, because I think guaranteed outspeeding like a Scarf Torn, Scarf Keldeo, Scarf Blacephalon, and Slash Rush Arctovish, I think they're going to be really, really important here. So I'll run Thunderbolt. I probably want to hit probably Zarude, because I think Zarude will probably be one of the biggest answers. So I'll put Signal Beam just to smoke that thing. I will do definitely Hidden Power Water or Grass. Probably Grass. Hidden Power Grass to hit Rhyperior. It takes like about like 50%. I did do the calc. It's like the few mons I was theory crafting with. But that's pretty much it. And then I'm thinking the last one is either Calm Mind and maybe like lead it. If he leads like Slowking or Klefki, then I can kind of get a free Calm Mind along with my Flame Orb. It allows me to guarantee outspeed stuff, and it's just gonna be really, really useful. This could be Shadow Ball to hit. Let's look at Galare, at Slowking, Defensive Pivot, Jolteon, Calm Mind. Okay, so Calm Mind does about a Regenerator's worth. And if I'm +1, it looks pretty good. Sludge Bomb only does 32. I mean, I'll take Flame Orb damage, but this isn't exactly nothing. How much does Shadow Ball do? Shadow Ball. +1 Shadow Ball is 44 to 52, which isn't super ideal. This is max special defense. And if it's like Assault Vest, I doubt it will, because it'll definitely have... Um, it'll definitely not be Assault Vest, because it needs chilly reception for the Gert. Which in that case, if it has like more physically defensive, then that means a +1 will do over half, which is pretty great. The unfortunate thing is I don't have anything to hit Calm Mind and Shadow Ball. I would have to pick something else. I was thinking like Rain Dance Weather Ball could be kind of interesting. It changes the weather, and also just it gives me Weather Ball, so I can hit Rhyperior specifically. But who knows if it's gonna come? My fire and water guys are physical, so there is a decent chance it still comes. Or my water grass rather. I think I want to run Calm Mind. It'll be a pretty good start. And then I will calc it for the fastest thing that can happen. It's either... let's look at Arctivish. If it's 252, Jolly. And it is Slush Rush in the snow. It is 458. And if I am Quick Feet burned, I go to 590. Can I go Modest here? With snow up. Okay, I can still go Modest, which is awesome. Do I beat what is it? Tornadus. Therian. We'll do a... We'll say it's timid. Let's run Choice Scarf. So this hits 528. Let's see if it's max. So if it's max speed, timid, then I don't one-shot it. Or I don't outspeed it, rather. It can't really do too much to me. And I think figuring out if it's Scarf or not would be huge. So I think I run the risk, and I just go Modest, and try to run. Maybe I try to outspeed Modest. Let's try Modest. Modest Scarf Torn. Let's also look at Keldeo, because that's the next fastest thing. There's Scarf. There's a Specs. Let's change that to Scarf. Okay, that's 519. Okay, yeah. So, wait, is that faster? Torn. Tornadus. Modest. Choice Scarf. At 252. Okay, yeah, so 519 is what we want to go for, which would be 204. Awesome. Okay. So special attack, 204, the rest HP. And then we can go Modest here, which is awesome. Yeah, I like that a lot. I'll probably lead with it and probably get some good momentum. If he leads Torn, even if he leads Slowking, that's kind of the only bad one. Slow King, Galler. Because he either sludge bombs, and I will be at +1. So I'll be at like 45%. Yeah, it's not really a super favorable trade, unfortunately. I think I really want to kill this Slow King. I think Slow King is kind of the biggest problem. I think as soon as Slow King is dead, Jolteon looks really, really strong here. It looks super strong. Yeah, let's run that. Maybe it's not a good lead. Maybe I run Hisui and Lilligant first, and then he'll think like he can just kind of beat me with Galarian Slowking. Because the other thing I was looking at was Lilligant, Hustle, Roap, uh, Roap Berry, and then what is it? Natural Gift. That's the dark one. Let's calc that. Lily, Gint, Victory Dance. Let's look at Natural Gift and what is it? The Roap Berry. So that just on rip. If it's just max HP, it does 85 to 100, which is pretty sick. I do kind of just explode to Sludge Bomb, but unfortunately, I'd have to get to +1. Victory Dance, Close Combat, a Spinner. I'd probably run something like that, I would imagine. Because, yeah, his team does not appreciate it. The only thing is I get hard-walled by, what is it, Blacephalon? Although Blacephalon, it could definitely be Scarfed. +1, I mean, +1 Ice Spinner does 56, so if it's chipped, it's fine. But it's not, like, super, super great. Sorry about that, everybody. The music got cut off for a second. Let's go back to here. I was calcing this. Yeah, so if it's chipped, I mean, I can do it. And if it's... if I have the natural gift, then that's awesome as well. Let's try to look at... what was I going to look at again? Yeah, Galarian. Slowking. Defensive Pivot. Yeah, so I kind of smoke it. I also do 50%, which is pretty respectable as well. I think having Metagross is also going to be decent here. And I'll have Psychic Fang, Earthquake. Do I want a what is it? Maybe I go like Assault Vest. I mean, AV just seems really good. Because how much is a flamethrower due to a Metagross, bulky attacker with Assault Vest? Flamethrower does 28 to 33, which is awesome. And then my Earthquake does 70 to 80, which is not a KO, but it is enough. Heavy Slam also does a shit ton of damage as well. I'm probably gonna run Grass Knot for Rhyperior, Stealth Rock. Let's look at Grass Knot. Yeah, that does 2 hit KO, which is pretty good. Blacephalon is a little scary. Blacephalon, if it's Choice Scarf, I mean, I'd live. Holy shit. That's if I'm Assault Vest. Just barely, though. Then I Oko it with anything, really. It's pretty good. I could try to also Pursuit Slowking. Ooh, Pursuit might actually be pretty good here. Because if I look at Slowking, Defensive Pivot, on a switch out, Pursuit does do half, which is pretty damn good. It is pretty damn good. Stealth Rocking also seems pretty good here. Rocks look really, really good into his team. It just does a lot of good chip. He has 4 guys weak to rocks as well, which is pretty good. I do have a bit of a weakness. I think Metagross, Tornadus, that's the regular one. Let's look at Therian. Let's just look if it's not max HP. Let's see if it's more offensive. Heat Wave does 37 to 43. Heavy Slam probably does a lot. I probably want Heavy Slam. Yeah, I'll take Heavy Slam any day of the week. Heavy Slam, Stealth Rock. Maybe I do Okaberry. Because Okaberry is good for Flamethrower, Slowking, Heat Wave Torn, a Fire Remove Blacephalon, and that's pretty much it, but getting guaranteed damage on those guys could be really good. I do want rocks, but I would also like to be pretty specially defensive. I could try to... Try to run I mean, Okaberry is pretty good. It is pretty decent. Psychic Fang. I definitely want Psychic Fangs because I can pretty much come in on Klefki like every single time. I can Psychic Fangs away the screens. I always like threaten Heavy Slam or Earthquakes. His team just really doesn't appreciate getting Heavy Slammed like at all, actually. His 2 resists are Keldeo. Let's say it's Boots Attacker. Yeah, this Assault Vest variant also does kind of crazy damage. Heavy Slam does 35, and then I can threaten it with Psychic Fangs after. And with Blacephalon, it does, like, it legit has a chance to KO if rocks are up, which is pretty insane. My other rock, who's my other rocker? It's Flygon, right? I also have Shuckle, and I also have Shuckle. Could set up rocks. Webs seem pretty good here too. I could try to run webs. Let's see. Where's Amin? He's the very first one in our group. Shuckle could be pretty good here. Just set up rocks and webs. He has 2 defoggers in Torn and Klefki. Which does he run it on Klefki? Probably not. I would imagine it would be Torn. I would imagine it being Torn. And if it is, I would love to... I'd really love to keep it up. It does looks just really good into like all of his team, just to slow down. I'll put Shuckle on the team just for now. With sticky webs and stealth rock. I think rocks are a little bit more important, but webs look pretty insane here. We'll do toxic. And probably knockoff will be the last one. Gastro Acid looks pretty good. Getting rid of Regenerator, Beast Boost, like Solid Rock, Prankster. Just seemed really, really good. It does seem quite nice. Subtoxic would be kind of funny. And then I can do Encore, maybe. Or Knockoff. I could Protect. I could Protect. Right now, I don't have a great Zarude switch in. I'm just going to throw out a bunch of moves here. Let's start with Encore. Actually, no, I think I want Knockoff. I think knocking off things are a little bit more worth it. I'll put Contrary on, just so if he wants to defog away, I get an evasion boost, I guess. So we'll do that. I think leftovers are probably going to be fine here. I'm just keeping myself up. And then we'll do probably specially defensive. Yeah, we'll do specially defensive this week. Plus Spadef. Minus special attack, which is... plus Spadef minus speed could also be that, but... where is it? Calm. That's what it was. Nope, that's not it. What is it? I keep forgetting. It's we'll do plus and special attack minus. Careful. That's what it was. I can't believe I just completely missed over that. Anyways, I will probably do that. We'll throw in a Cerulege, little action here. Flashfire could be pretty good for Blacephalon. And also like Torn and Glaring Silkings, what is it? Thing, but I think weak armor is just straight up better. Actually, is it? Yeah, probably. Poltergeist plus Bitterblade is going to be really good. Just that combination of stab is pretty strong. We'll probably do... that Rhyperior is pretty scary. It's decently scary for sure. Maybe I do like a taunt. Maybe I do... Yeah, I could taunt whatever's in. I could do like focus sash taunt lead. That could be a pretty good lead, actually. Because if I focus sash, like, I threaten Slowking. I just threaten a lot here. And then maybe Will-O-Wisp. If I can burn the Rhyperior, that would be super awesome. Or Arctivish. One of those two getting burnt would be awesome. Because those would probably be his two switch-ins to a Poltergeist. And then I will have probably Shadow Sneak. Or no, I want Willow. Yeah, because if it's like the lead Rhyperior wants to get up rocks, I'll taunt it right away. And Willow, which will set me up pretty nicely for my other guys. Especially Metagross. That would be awesome. Because I think I don't do a whole lot to Metagross. Bulky attacker. Oh, that's on this side. Let's look at Rhyperior. Yeah, my Heavy Slime doesn't do a lot. Maybe I run... what is it? Meteor Mash? Maybe I run Meteor Mash instead. Cause... let's look at Keldeo. Yeah, it's doing less than Heavy Slam. To everything, I think. And then... let's look at Blacephalon. Yeah, it just kind of does more to everything. I think it's fine. I think I'd rather have this. Earthquake probably does... let's look back. Go back to Rhyperior. Let's go back to Rhyperior here. Let's go back to Earthquake. It probably does the most. I mean, it is 31 to 37. It's not nothing, but it is still nothing. You know? Heavy Slam just does so much less damage to that guy. But I still have a super effective move. It's kind of a small chip. And my switch-in is probably going to be Lilligant, I imagine. Crazily enough. I resist both stabs. I can get a free Victory Dance up. Yeah, we got the Assault Vest. We got Rocks and Webs. And if it's like something like Scarf Torn to beat my Lilligant, then I can... it'll take like rocks damage and stuff, which will be awesome. Yeah. Let's do that. Shadow Sneak would be great here, though. For Blacephalon specifically. Would be pretty great. Let's see, I'm 85 speed. I definitely run, like, Adamant. I can definitely afford to run Adamant here. Because I'm not worried about Klefki attacking me. Vulpix is not a real Pokemon. And yeah, nothing else. And I'm either going to get Slush Rust or not. I guess I'll Calc it. So let's look at Arctivish. 252. Jolly. Versus... what is it? Oh, I've been calculating, like, not even max attack, too. So actually I do a little bit more damage to everything than what I do. So that's decent. I was looking at Ceruledge, right? Ceruledge. Let's see. How much speed do I need? Very, very, very little. 231. Yeah, that is not bad at all. Yeah, if I can like taunt the if I can taunt, it would be really good. The Keldeo if it wants to switch in. It also doesn't really appreciate taking a Poltergeist, I believe. Keldeo. If I'm Adamant, which will be pretty good. I do 65 to 76. Polter plus Sneak has a very small chance to kill. Like very, very small. But it's something. Sneak is so good here. Sneak is very good. I do like taunting right off the rip, though. Maybe I don't need to taunt. Because the Slowking would just hard switch anyways. Doesn't want to take a Polter. Yeah, the things that like really wants to be like hate being taunted are threatened out anyways. Which means I don't need taunt. I'll keep Will-O-Wisp for sure. I think Willowing the Rhyperior is going to be super worth it. So I will do, how much speed was that? 16. I just needed 16. So we'll do 16. And if he triggers my weak armor too, that's awesome. Let's look at Zarude. If it's Swords Dance, Jolly. If I'm +2, that means I outspeed Zarude max speed, non-scarf, obviously. That also means Keldeo, I would outspeed. Like all of them are non-scarfed. I think if like any of them are scarfed, I can't really outspeed them. Unless you put a lot of investment. Which is a slight risk. It is a pretty decent risk. I can keep Adamant for sure. Is it worth it? I don't know how much the HP is gonna matter. I don't know how it's actually gonna matter. 216. A 36 HP? A 300 HP? I don't know how that actually matters. It's not super ideal. I think I'd rather have, what is it, the 16 speed to outspeed Gert. Then 236. 236. Which means I do technically live a Keldeo move. If it's timid, which it'll most likely be, I imagine. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be quite interesting. Which means I just guaranteed have sneak. I think, yeah, 3 attacks, Willow. Probably a decent lead. Because it's Slowking. If it's Torn, it'll probably either knock off me or Hurricane. It'd be super crazy like that, which is 50%. Yeah, if he knockoffs me, I get my +2 speed. I almost just straight up have a chance to kill it as well. Which means I could also lead Shuckle and just have Cerulege. If he wants to defog, that's fine. Let's take a look at Trapagos here. Trapagos, let's see. Getting up rocks is going to be pretty big here. Getting up rocks is going to be huge. Spinning hazards away is going to be decently huge. I mean, he only has Rhyperior and what's its face? Klefki. So if he wants to lead one of those, I could, depending on what he has, I'll either lead Shuckle or Cerulege. Most likely Cerulege. Let's see. Terapagos kind of gets owned by Keldeo, especially if it's Combined. I have a good Ghost immunity, which is great. Mega Shark kind of always threatens Blacephalon. Which Mega Shark also threatens Galarian Slowking. And I would outspeed Arctovish as well. I could have Poison Fang for Zarude. I could run Earthquake for Klefki. Water Move threatens Rhyperior. Psychic Fangs threatens Keldeo. So I'd like Crunch Slowking, Crunch Tornadus, Crunch Blacephalon, Psychic Fangs, Keldeo, Liquidation Rhyperior, Earthquake, Klefki. That means I would get hard-walled by Zarude. Because I would have Crunch, Psychic Fangs, Liquidation. Maybe I just run Poison Fang instead of Earthquake. Because I think I'd rather hit Zarude over Klefki. Because I don't think Klefki, Mega Sharpedo, offensive, that's Adamant. I would also have Psychic Fangs for screens as well if he wants to set that up. Close Combat kind of hits both as well. Actually, that might be a bit better. How much does Liquidation do? Liquidation does a little bit more. It's not super great. I kind of got sidetracked. I mean, rocks are good. I could do like some kind of like weird sub-toxic. Some weird like sub-toxic set. Sub-toxic. Subtoxic, rocks, and something that just hits the most. Which would probably be Shadow Ball, I would imagine. Yeah, probably Shadow Ball. Yeah. Is that super good, though? Having that immunity to Blacephalon is going to be kind of huge. I either need Shark. I need Shark or Trapagos, and I think Shark is just better. So I'm actually not going to bring Trapagos here. What about Enamorus? How well does Enamorus do here? It kind of gets owned by Slowking. unless I do purely physical. I get outsped by Torn. I get outsped by Blacephalon. Klefki, I mean, Arctivish, still pretty scary. Let's look at Enamorous, Enamorous. I would probably go physical. Healing Wish would be pretty good for things like Metagross, Sash Sacrilege, Shuckle, Jolteon, maybe. What do I get for physical moves? I mean, I get superpowers and headbutt. I don't get a good dark move, unfortunately. I don't think I get fling. Yeah, I don't get fling. I want to fling. I want to fling Big Nug at this guy. Enamorous isn't really speaking to me right now. Not super. Not super right now. I mean, I have Jolteon. Yeah. Lilligant also kind of like hard to beat Zarude. It is a speed tie, but with a victory dance, it won't be. And I just win the speed ties anyway because I'm Himothy. The contrary is gonna be really nice. The contrary is gonna be very nice. Like to get an evasion boost. Yeah, I think I don't like it as much. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think I just have straight up better options. I think I straight up just have better options. Flygon is also pretty good here. Let me look at Flygon. Because if I just get a like Dragon Dance, Earthquake, DD, Earthquake, something to hit. Pretty much just. If I had an ice move, that would be awesome. Maybe U-turn for Zarude and Thunder Punch for Tornadus, Therian, Flygon, +1. Stone Edge doesn't quite kill. How much does Thunder Punch do? Thunder Punch does 68 to 80, so it has a chance to kill with rocks. What about Rock Slide? Rock Slide. Rock Slide doesn't quite kill. I would have to run Stone Edge. Which is pretty decent. I mean, it is decent for sure. Just having another good stab is going to be great. Just looking at things that I might have to attack. Torn. And it's looking like Stone Edge. Looking like Stone Edge. Because Stone Edge also hits like Gert as well, I guess. And then we run what item would we run? What item could I run? I mean, Blacephalon could have like HP Ice, Icy Wind Keldeo maybe. I could try to like Focus Sash this guy. That Rhyperior is kind of a problem still. Still a bit of a problem. And I could just run. I could totally just run like Expert Belt. Because I would hit everything super effectively. Magnet Rise Klefki is also a thing. So that is something I'll have to be aware of. So I could try to run Defog. He doesn't have the most, like, setup moves in the world. I could Scarf. Could Scarf Earthquake to try to outspeed a bunch of other Scarfer, like, non-Scarfed guys. The thing is, he has a lot of potential to run Scarf on a lot of things. Torn Blacephalon, probably Keldeo could even be Scarfed. Like, Scarf fighting move is pretty decent into my team. Something like that. Dragon Dance just looks pretty good here. Not gonna lie. The problem is I don't really have a huge way to set up on things. And it's going to be pretty difficult for me to beat. Yeah, because Rhyperior could definitely have Ice Punch and just smoke me. I could try to run some kind of weird special set, but with Giga Drain, something like that. But I kind of just want Cerulege. Not Cerulege, Slowking to just explode. And this is the best way to do it. This is the best way to do it. So these two are going to be sweepers potentially. This will probably be my switch in to what's its face? Oh wait, I have an extra slot. Why do I have an extra slot? What is this extra slot going to be? Hold on, I got sidetracked. I have Earthquake / Heavy Slam. I'm pretty sure Torn. If I do my Metagross, let's check Ice Punch just to see what that's like. Heavy Slam does do more. This could be a move to hit Blacephalon potentially. I mean, I have Earthquake. Psychic Fangs. This could be Grass Knot. This could be Grass Knot. This could also be a move to hit Zarude. Could also be a way to hit Zarude. Which could be a fighting move in Power Punch, maybe, potentially. I could try to Trailblaze. That would be kind of funky. It's not super great though. I mean, it could be explosion. I could try to go boom. I think I run either pursuit or grass knot. Because nothing wants to take a heavy slam, like, honestly. It could be knock. Could be grass knot. I might just take the L and go grass knot. At least I'll do some damage to the freaking Rhyperior. And then this could be like Stealth Rock. Try to get up rocks. Click Earthquake. DD Earthquake is pretty strong here. I could also be special to try to kill Rhyperior and bait it in. Go Giga Drain and do like a super like specially bulky. With U-turn and Earthquake. I don't know how troll that is. That might be super Giga Troll. Yeah, 'cause I don't really have a way to hit the freaking Rhyperior unless it's... yeah, it's just not going to be doing much at all. I mean, I could, like, Sand Doom it for lulz, but... because Rhyperior pretty much beats me in every way. It's definitely going to have Ice Punch. Probably. Versus Flygon. How much does Giga Drain do? It does 31, which is funny. If I'm not 35 to 42, which I do lose instantly. If I Earth Power, that probably does less. What if I'm like max special attack? Just curious. Yeah, Giga Drain does like not even half. Rhyperior is such a dumb Pokemon. Yeah, my special attackers are not super great. In this matchup, at least. I mean, I could try to run Yachi, but it's a little situational. It's a little situational. Because if I'm like a weird Max Spadef variant, 252, 252, plus Spadef, minus special attack, like Blacephalon, I kinda eat, not gonna lie, and then Earthquake should... yeah, Earthquake does KO it. So that is one way to stop Blacephalon. Keldeo. Keldeo, if it's like Calm Mind. Secret Sword kind of hurts, not gonna lie. This last move could be toxic. And then get free pivots. How much does Icy Wind do? Icy Wind. Icy Wind does do a little less than half, and getting a Toxic off could be pretty nice, or at least a good pivot. It could be pretty good. And then with leftovers... Yeah, that seems pretty solid. That seems like a pretty good set. It's very off the walls. But it really helps with these guys. And then also Klefki doesn't really want to deal with Flygon. And if it is Magnet Rise, I will just simply U-turn and then click Psychic Fangs to get rid of the what's a face? The screens that Klefki want to set. So yeah, this looks pretty interesting so far. I'm gonna add more Pokemon because I think Mega Shark is just really good. Mega Sharpedo. It would be Crunch, Psychic Fangs, probably Ice Fang. Because that will probably do a lot to Tornadus. Tornadus, Therian versus Mega Sharpedo. Ace Fang. Yeah, that does... I mean, Crunch actually does just do kills after rocks. So maybe I don't need Ice Fang. Ice Fang would also hit Zaruda, so maybe never mind. Zaruda's pretty bulky. How much does the close combat do again? Close combat. Close combat does do more, which is decent. And then I'll probably want liquidation. For Rhyperior. That would be liquidation. That actually does a lot. Wait, hold on. Why does that do so much? Is liquidation really that strong? 252, 0 defense? Okay, well, I'll take that, I guess. Cool. I'm not sure why that is so strong, but I will take that for sure. I will super take that. Yeah, I'll take that for sure. I think if I just run these just run 4 attacks. I'll have to spend 1 turn just attacking with regular Shark, but I've been kind of doing that anyways. Without allowing, like... I don't really bite if it just, like, switches to something. Like, Predicting or Protect, and I just get free damage. So yeah. And also, like, I like super kill Slowking. I'm assuming. Yeah, it would have to be Colbur Berry to live a crunch. But all that means is that it's not running boots, which means it'll take rock damage, which is epic. And exactly what I want. Yeah, so I'll run Adamant too. If you run Scarf, you run Scarf. I get information, and then I can play off like one of my guys and then set up with Victory Dance or Calm Mind. Who else is good here? I have more Pokemon, right? There's the Mega Shark. Quillfish also is pretty decent because unfortunately his team, he does have the Galarian Slowking to stop Toxic Spikes and Torn as well. The rest don't really appreciate getting poisoned, which is decent. I mean, Quillfish could be good. I mean, Intimidate, like, it can help with, like, I can run, like, Shaka for Rhyperior. It also kind of stops Zarude pretty decently. And obviously it prevents Arctovish from running amok. So it kind of stops the other guys. So Quillfish, Intimidate with Barbarage. What is it? Probably Liquidation. Liquidation probably does a decent amount. To Mega Sharp, not Mega Sharp, Rhyperior. Rhyperior. Quillfish, physically defensive. Liquidation. I mean, Liquidation does do half, which is decent. And if it's Earthquaked, I'll probably run like Air Balloon. How much does Scald do? Scald is 38 to 45, which is pretty decent. I might be able to run some defense. What could be good here? I think is Shaka good? Shaka could be good. I could try to run some Thunder Waves. Could be pretty huge. And then I could also run... spikes are fine. I could also just run Flip Turn. Kind of try to flip on some fools. Run a little Destiny Bond action, potentially. Which I think I might run, actually. And I'll probably do the same thing, where I run like 16 speed, because I don't need to outspeed anything else. Just do max HP, and like a good amount of defense and attack. Plus defense, minus special attack. Just like that. And then this could be either Shaka. I could try to run Air Balloon as well. That's kind of troll though. I could run Citrus. Citrus could be good because Intimidate. If I'm 132, 132, that means I can potentially eat 2 Earthquakes, which that trade would be worth it. For sure. And I do 2 a KO because I will have investment in this. So Citrus could be worth it. Yeah, I think Citrus is going to be good. I kind of hardwall Keldeo as well, a little bit. So getting some Barbarages, putting a poison on it would be huge, or Thunder Waving it. So yeah, I think Quillfish actually looks very, very good into this team. The only thing is kind of like Slowking, but I can just flip turn it on it like at any point, which is kind of massive. And if I do bring Shark, then I have a pretty and he also doesn't have an electric type, which is pretty good. I'm gonna take a look at Enamorus one more time, because Enamorus could be decent. With superpower, I hit 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. Moonblast would hit Keldeo. and do neutral to Torn. And then I would have Earth Power to Slowking and Blacephalon and Klefki. So Enamorus is actually pretty decent here. With Superpower, Moonblast, Earth Power, and probably Healing Wish. I think Healing Wish could be good. If I bring a Healing Wish set, and like healing any one of my team could be pretty massive. It could be pretty massive. And then what would my thing be? It could be something really fun. I don't know what it would be, but we'll see. It could be Lumberry. Just like coming in on Klefki, maybe. It's kind of a weird thing to say, but it's something. And also, like, getting defogged would be awesome. So I can get a evasion boost. Would be pretty lit. I could run Expert Belt because I hit everything super effectively. Not named Torn. So I could run Expert Belt, just something simple like that. I get outsped by Keldeo. I could try to run like Assault Vest as well and just put another attack on. To just a better deal with Blacephalon and Keldeo, especially Keldeo. This last move could be Grass Knot for Rhyperior, which is a big problem still. This one could also be unfortunately, I don't have anything to hit Torn super effectively, which is fine. Moonblast is still strong, I believe. So I'll just run Grass Knot. I could also try to run Focus Blast as well. It might be a little bit troll though, just a little bit. I think getting a defense boost would be awesome. What if I do like some like stupid like blunder policy? That would be extremely funny. Blunder policy Springtide Storm. That's really funny. I don't know how that works with Contrary, but there's only one way to find out. I will test it. For sure. And I guess the last Mon that I haven't looked at is Terapagos. So fuck it. We're just going to put all of them on here and see how they do. This one would definitely be some kind of Stealth Rock set. I think Subtoxic is underrated. Subtoxic and probably Aurasphere. Aurasphere is just the most neutral to everything. He has a lot of like pretty good amount of fighting weaknesses. Then I can just Toxic the rest. Unfortunately, it gets hardwalled by the Glaring Slowking, so maybe I put Shadow Ball instead. Or Crunch, I guess, in this scenario. Because Slowking Defensive pivot. Trap a ghost. Let's do just a custom set that I had. Let's do Dark Pulse, or Shadow Ball rather. And we'll look at Crunch as well, just to see what that is like. If I'm like especially defensive, plus Spadef. Let's just say I'm this. So Crunch does do like slightly more. If I put like some investment. Oh, this is like the wrong form as well. Terrapagos. Terrasteel. If I look at Shadow Ball versus Crunch. Shadow Ball does do... Well, that's modest max attack. If I'm like neutral and I have nothing, no investment in each, Crunch still does more. And if I add like just like a little bit of investment, that's like solid. That's very solid. I mean, a 3-8 KO is like non-investment. If it's somehow like max, I still do 25%. I would like to do 33. Which I think is max attack, unfortunately, but so maybe there's no investment. I mean, that is just a... That means it just recovers Regenerator back. Little unfortunate. But I think it's okay. I could also just run like Body Slam. Because that's a move that I have. Just try to paralyze it. Do some decent damage. Unfortunately, I'd have to put a lot into it. I just kind of have to hope he doesn't do max defense. I could just run Facade in case he wants to like paralyze me as well. That could be really stupid. I can also sub on its face pretty much for free. Tropicos is definitely the least likely to come, but it would probably look something similar to this. Probably something similar to this. Okay, I'm gonna do something really, really funny here. I'm just gonna leave this as is, and I'm just gonna choose 6 because I think I'm already in playoffs. I'm gonna just have these sets ready and then choose which 6 I like and think are gonna be the best. Because Amin has a lot of good weaknesses. I feel like this matchup is kind of pretty good. I think I have ways to kill Slowking, like quite a few. Reacp that, Earthquake this. I can like knock off Boots or Black Sludge or whatever the Slowking has. It'll take rocks damage. Doesn't want to take a Poltergeist at all. Doesn't want to take Earthquake. Doesn't want to take a Crunch. I can flip turn on switches. I have Earth Power. This is probably not super great, but and this is also not super great against Slowking, but I think this is fine. I'll figure it out and choose which 6 I like. You'll just have to find out which I choose when the battle begins. But with that being said, epic transition. Alrighty, we are just about to start things off here. We got Metagross holding the choice scarf with Psychic Fangs, Earthquake, Grass Knot, and Heavy Slam. We got Jolteon with Thunderbolt, a Signal Beam, Hidden Power Grass, and Calm Mind. We got Shuckle with Stealth Rock, Sticky Web, Toxic, Knock Off, and Leftovers. Then we got Quillfish with Bar Barrage, Liquidation, Thunder Wave, and Flip Turn. Then we got Cerulege with Poltergeist, Bitterblade, Bulk Up, and Shadow Sneak. Then we got Enamorous with Superpower, Moonblast, Earth Power, and Grass Knot. These were the 6 I decided upon with a little help with Ethan Necrotic, my good old buddy old friend. So we are just about to get things started. Yeah, I will cut the battle. I'm not cutting it because it's basically okay. Zarude, Torn, Rhyperior. Okay, this is pretty much everything I expected. I really want to get my Quick Feet off. Okay, this is interesting. Well, he's kind of seen my team. So you kind of gotta. This is interesting. I'm gonna play it. Okay, well, I guess this is something. I want to lead off with... who do I want to lead off with, actually? Rhyperior is definitely a decent option. If he leans Torn, that's a little annoying. I think I want to lead... I want to lead my Jolteon, I think. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, we do see this. I do want to Calm Mind. Because I want to get my Flame Orb off. I do want to get my Flame Orb off. I'm assuming Sludge Bomb. Oh, okay, Scald. Interesting. I was going to get burnt anyways. So that's fine. I legit could just get a second one off. Because... Jolteon... custom set. Here, I'm actually gonna port all of this over. Control C, Control V. Jolteon with Calm Mind, or my activity versus a Slowking. Galarian defensive pivot. If I'm at +1 special attack, I'm +2. If I'm +1, I can get to +2 here. I think +2 actually is kind of free. It puts up a lot of pressure on his team. Okay, wait, this is awesome. Wait, this is awesome. Wait. We might just win. I don't know if you actually take this +2. Yeah, and I have Signal Beam for the Zarude, so this is kind of free. Slowking is literally the only thing that can actually take it down. So this is a little... then I Signal Beam. I outspeed because I am Quick Feet. The Slowking is literally the only thing that can actually take this. So yeah. I'm just gonna T-bolt. That is 40%. Holy shit, bro. I might just win. Jolteon might just win here. Oh no. He bet for the wrong thing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 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 I mean, he's doing the right thing. He's definitely doing the right. Oh, I got the para. Well. Oh, there's the crit. Oh, I got the crit. Okay, okay. It wasn't a freaking 6-0, but all that means is I click Heavy Slam a bunch of times, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep clicking Heavy Slam. He might switch. There's the Torn. I'm Scarfed. Boom! Scarf. Yeah. I don't know if he actually takes this. Yeah, he doesn't. Alright. It is Scarfed. It is Scarfed. Well, there's the big Gert. That does 54. Holy shit. Okay. I actually eat that. So let us go. Let's freaking go. I kind of want Shuckle to get the last kill, but yeah, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. That definitely mattered. Hopefully Liam doesn't see this, I guess. That's very unfortunate. Okay, well, GG's, I guess. We're on an 8-game win streak. Let's see if we can make it 9. We face against Andrew, which I've actually already done the prep for, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, I will see you all in the next episode of DBLZ. Of course, stay lucky out there. Bye-bye.